Championship rings and things what we about. Competition out, down for the count. Dfdubb's about stacking our clout. No slacking our game, that's without doubt. Every snap, every pass, every running route. Every play of every game, man, we gon' scout. Players might rise and fall and then bust. Dfdubb provides it all you can trust. Trophies on the mantle, dubs on the panel. Opponents can't stand you, don't change the channel. Sit back, relax, take notes for a bit. Dfdubb scrubs on the throne winning ships. Dfdubb scrubs coming up.
All right. Welcome to Dfdubb Scrubs Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Alex, along here with Nambo, aka Redbeard, aka Big Red,
aka
Christian will not. Oh my
the most
God!
important
I was talking
one,
about
bro.
the past.
Most
I
important
was
one.
talking about the past. That was last year, bro. This is 2022. Christian is not here with us today.
R.I.P.
He is what is he doing?
I have no idea.
I forgot.
I don't know. He's busy, probably with family.
Yeah, some with family, maybe some baseball, t-ball thing. Johnny Valdez or Turtle is not with us today either. It's just me and Nabo. So
we solo doloing, bro.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do start sits, maybe a sell high, buy low type stuff. Who you want to trade? Who you gonna do? Stuff like that.
Little did.
Dfdubb Scrubs, your fantasy plug. And do you have any news for us, Nambo, or do you want me to go down? I have something prepared, but it's up to you.
I have some news. I got a little something wrote down. I kind of went
right.
archaic this time and wrote it on a piece of paper this time, bro. Like,
I got it. All right. I got a screen, but let me see what you got. Go ahead.
All right. So the big news coming out of what was it, Thursday Night Football? Tua took a nasty hit, boy. Was rushed to the hospital. Ended up getting discharged later that night. So that's a good sign. His timetable, of course, is up in the air. So if you in a super flex league and just lost Tua or something, maybe look for Teddy B out there. He could be a small, some type of streamer or something. I know you lost Tua in this league, didn't you?
I lost Tua in 3 leagues.
Ooh.
I played Tua in 3 leagues. In Dfdubbs, which I'm in the desperate need of a win. I had some unfortunate things happen. I'm 0-3 right now, and this was a get right week for sure. Playing George, pretty easy money.
I was about to say, yeah.
And then yeah. So I mean, first and foremost, I hope Tua's good. Like I hope he's doing good.
Very true.
He probably shouldn't have played in that game though, bro. Like that.
I mean, there's so much speculation of why and what, how he even got in that game, bro. Like Miami fucked up.
So they said that, he got, speculation that he got concussed on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, he got thrown back in the game. Miami basically, or whoever, said that it was a back injury, that he was fine. He didn't have any concussion symptoms even throughout the week. And then Thursday, obviously he gets sacked. I mean, it wasn't like a ferocious hit by any means or anything like that. I guess his head did hit the turf pretty hard. It looked like a pretty routine hit, to be honest, but he was knocked out stone cold, man. And there's definitely going to be some investigations into what really happened and why he was even played. And then it was a really worst case scenario. So hopefully thoughts and prayers, and hopefully he makes a full recovery. Hopefully he's good, doesn't have any, permanent damage. And I don't know, maybe get back on the field at some point.
Hopefully this season. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be back. I think he'll be back.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the big things that happened, but we got some pretty big players that got put in the out position for this weekend. Swift, he's
It's gonna make some lineups juicy.
very, very much so, bro. So Swift, obviously, he already had a lot of question marks coming out of last week with his injury. He was officially ruled out, I believe it was today, this morning. Timetable for him, like they said, rumors have it week 6 after week 6 bye. So David Montgomery, he was also ruled out. Kind of had a feeling like that. He missed several practices during the week. Hunter Renfrow, he's out again, still in concussion protocol. This is the second week in a row. So you Matt Collins guys, that picked him up, could be a good deal for you guys going into this week. Keenan Allen, he also got ruled out. He's still dealing with a hamstring. His head started to practice, but I guess he reactivated his hamstring injury at some point. I guess
hamstrings activate.
Yeah, like he is up there. So maybe those hammies start
re-aggravated.
There you go, re-aggravated. Yeah. It's been a long week.
He activated his hamstrings.
Boy, I thought all day today was Saturday, so it tells you how bad my days are screwed up.
I wish.
But so he is getting up there in age, so these injuries and hamstrings, they might be a little bit harder to recover from than some of these younger players. Brian Hoyer is expected to start for the Patriots. That takes you already had some big question marks for the wide receivers and everything else over there, so that pretty much downgrades everybody even more.
Play Green Bay's defense
probably, unfortunately, and I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm nervous for this week. You never know though.
Any given Sunday.
Couple of questionables that are pretty big. Gabe Davis, he's questionable, probably come down to a game time. He's battling, I believe, a toe injury of some sort. You got Julio and Russell Gage. They're both on the questionable side of things. I believe Julio is going to be a game time. Gage is looking like he should play. Brashard Perryman is looking like he won't play from what I've been seeing. And then two big names, I guess you could consider, not really big names, but two big debuts this season. You got Zach Wilson starting for the Jets this weekend. So yeah, I would downgrade everybody on that Jets offense. I would maybe not start any of them. Like,
that's straight disrespect. I mean, is Zach Wilson worse than Joe Flacco?
I mean, I believe so.
If he throws 50 times a game, I mean, then those receivers will still be somewhat relevant. They'll still be relevant
at that point. But
yeah,
and then
if they let him throw that much,
but he's never been the most accurate quarterback, so
Yeah, what's going to change is which receivers are going to be targeted more. Is Elijah Moore? I know a lot of people are really bummed out on Elijah Moore. I thought about dropping him plenty of times. I'm still holding out. We'll see how it goes. Will those receivers, the hierarchy and the receivers change, and will the running backs change? Like, is Michael Carter going to be as used as much as Breece Hall going to finally take over? I'm curious to see what happens.
I know a big one for you guys, you Cowboys fans out there. Michael Gallup is supposed to make his debut this Sunday, so that'll be something to watch if that maybe helps CD or not. I mean, he can't catch to save his life anyway, so probably not.
Oh, first of all, did you not insert CD's best catches so far? I'm gonna make sure I put that in this video. He almost struck defenders into the end zone, and then he caught a one-handed toe drag swag on us.
He could have had a bigger fantasy day, but I guess I can't be too.
Yeah, if he would have made that one catch.
I have him in a league.
Nah, I don't blame you. What league?
The Slow Dubs. I got him in Slow Dubs. I have him and the league, bro. I've been hurt.
I'll trade you. I'll trade you Mike Evans for him.
I would consider that, honestly. If you serious, I know how you like to play sometimes. You'll be like, what was that trade you offered me?
I gotta look into it.
Superflex league, get somebody for Lamar. Like, get out of here, son. Lamar is having it was a this year, bro. I think you offered me
first of all
Swift or something.
No, it wasn't.
Was it not?
It was It was Jonathan Taylor.
That's who it was. That's who it was. Yeah.
I offered him Jonathan Taylor for Lamar. Like it's not just a dumbass. I'll throw in Zach Wilson. You're welcome.
Okay, I appreciate that. But
Or Deshaun Watson.
ugh,
I got him on the beat.
ugh. What is that? Week
I'm about
12,
to drop his
bro?
ass
Like,
once bye weeks come in.
like,
Yeah, I'm about to drop his ass.
yeah, you know.
I'm like, I already thought about it. I'm holding on to him. What else? What else you got before we get too off
Yeah,
track?
no, I mean that's really about all I had as far as big news that I kind of caught. I don't know if I missed a few things. If you had anything jotted down that I might have missed. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. Jameis Winston, he's out. Most likely he ain't gonna play.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas
Michael
is
Thomas.
out. That could mean a big game for Chris Olave because I think Landry's been a little banged up too. But they're gonna be running with Andy Dalton, so you could see a lot of Andy Dalton and a lot of Taysom Hill in there in the backfield as well. So
And some Kamara, man.
yeah,
Might dump it off. Some more dump offs.
I need him to do something.
Less of a throw it down.
He's been.
And then just going back to the to the Michael Gallup thing. I think it hurts Noah Brown more than anything. Not so much CD Lamb.
Mhm.
Noah Brown was having he's having a nice little season to begin the year. Like
He's got some good chemistry. With
almost to a
Cooper
point
Rush.
where, like, I don't know, the Cowboys wide receivers they low key been pretty good. Like they had Cedric Wilson last year, and I was bummed to see him go, but Noah Brown stepping up right behind him, and I like Michael Gallup, so it might be all right. What else? Who else is out? What about
There was so.
Did you mention David Montgomery?
I did. D-Money is out. So you Khalil Herbert, Herbert owners,
Play some Khalil Herbert.
yours truly firing him up.
AJ Green, did you mention him?
Nah, I didn't even really feel like he was fantasy relevant. Like,
Wow.
maybe
Wow.
like 3 years
That's
ago.
messed up.
You know.
And then Myles Garrett, he got hurt.
Oh,
So
yeah. And Amon Ross St. Brown, he's out.
Amon-Ra St.
Yeah,
Brown.
God, I missed a few.
Josh
players.
Reynolds.
Whew. DJ Chark should play too, and so they got him. He's not like no slouch. They got TJ Hawkinson, but I would want Reynolds to be my guy out of that Panthers team. But we'll get into that. They got a few of those.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps up the news as far as I can.
Yeah, I just missed.
Yeah, as far as
I
on this
missed a
Friday.
few
This
of
is
them, didn't I?
Friday.
God dang.
Yeah. So this is Friday the 30th.
Whoop, whoop.
Is tomorrow the 1st?
The show is Shody. I think we
Already,
side note,
so.
I think we're gonna get married on Tuesday, bro.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Yeah,
Why not Wednesday?
Taco Tuesday. Why not, bro?
Oh, wow. That's freaking huge.
Right, dude? Like, we just decided it.
Why didn't you mention that?
We've been talking about it for a while, but we're not having like a big celebration or anything. We're just kind of doing it on the side, and we were like, YOLO, let's do it right now, Fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
know?
Let's go go get married, sign some papers, and then
Let's just complete that chapter of our life and get ready to start the other one.
Government
Yeah,
put you on the books.
that's fine.
Congratulations.
Right? This has
Best
been a
of luck
big month, bro.
for everything. It's been a huge month. New child, new wife,
I know.
new haircut.
Oh yeah,
Damn, boy,
boy,
you're doing
I
things
had
big.
I had to go get fresh cut up.
Yeah,
today,
you're
so-
looking like
I was
Shaggy.
looking rough. I was looking real rough.
I think we all were at some point. All right, man. Well, shit. Fuck it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Big time players make big time moves. Big time players make big time plays.
Let's get some football talk going, bro.
Okay. Let's go down. We're gonna go down the list of the games and just kind of go through some of the players, and if anybody sparks your interest, we'll go off of that. Let's start with the London game. I wish I had some London music. Doom, doom, doom. I don't know what. Maybe Big Ben clock. London game. So we're gonna have football at 8:30 in the morning here Central. So as soon as you wake up, football's on the TV, boy. I can't wait.
Set your alarm clocks.
And it's actually, it should be. It would have been a good one if both teams were fully healthy, but as far as fantasy goes, but we had New Orleans and Minnesota. Obviously, Winston's out. Andy Dalton's probably going to get Andy Dalton's going to start with some mixed in Taysom Hill, most likely. But we have Christian. Oh, shit. I was going to say Christian Kirk.
Ugh.
Kirk Cousins. Are you. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just. We'll come back to Kirk. He'll probably be a low end. I don't know. I'm not playing Kirk.
I'm not either,
I don't know
honestly. Unless I had nobody else. Unless, you just didn't grab one of those early quarterbacks and you grabbed a Russell Wilson and a Kirk Cousins as your quarterbacks.
I'm playing Russ over Kirk.
Probably. That Saints defense has been all right.
Well, that Saints defense is good, and then they're playing in prime time. I mean, it's morning time here, but it's gonna be a prime time over there.
It's a prime time,
we all know prime time Kirk does not come through.
No, it makes me nervous for all the Jefferson owners out there.
He just needs to hyper target him.
He does, bro. I mean, the fool gets like 10, 12
I offered you Greg Dortch for Justin Jefferson, and you didn't.
I don't want fucking Dortch.
Okay, so obviously, would you have played Tua over Kirk Cousins?
I would have played Tua over Kirk Cousins.
I mean, obviously
before.
What about Carson Wentz against the Cowboys? Carson Wentz put up like 6 points last week. He had a rough week.
Yeah, and I mean the Cowboys secondary.
But he had back-to-back 30 pieces.
Cowboys secondary is pretty decent. I don't even like that, honestly.
Trevor Lawrence.
I would play Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been looking good.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, against the Seattle Seahawks defense. Yeah, they haven't been good at all this year. I think he's gonna eat them up.
Carr versus Denver.
Oof. I mean, the defense on the Broncos defense, the only reason they look good.
I'm just saying, Carr or Kirk. That's what
I
I'm
mean,
asking.
I feel you. I think I'd have to lean with Carr, man. Kirk just don't look great this year, man.
What about
Jacoby Brissett? No.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's
playing pretty solid.
Solid.
Yeah. I'd definitely avoid Kirk if you could this week for sure.
Unless you stuck with like Baker.
Let's keep it moving. I mean, I'd probably play Geno. Maybe not Geno. Yeah.
Geno.
Well, not Geno. I'd probably play Brissett. Maybe Mariota. I'd try to steer clear away. I would have played Goff before Amon-Ra injury and the Swift injury, but
those are two key pieces.
Okay, so Dalvin Cook, he hasn't been exactly lighting it on fire lately. There's actually questions whether he was even going to be able to play. He had a separated shoulder or some shit like that.
Yes, but if you remember, he's dealt with shoulder injuries before, and they put him in like this little freaking mechanical harness thing, and he just plays. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, he played better with the dang harness on than he did without it. So
he had a monster game.
Yeah, so
So you comfortable starting Dalvin Cook?
I'm still comfortable starting Dalvin Cook, I think. I mean, he's probably going to see a few touches, taken away just to kind of, be on the cautionary side, but it's still Dalvin Cook. I mean, I still think he could have a pretty solid game. I'm still starting him.
So what are we thinking? Full PPR? Are we thinking over under 15 points for Dalvin Cook against the Saints?
I'm gonna say a little under, if not right at. I think that's about where he's gonna finish his 15.
Yeah, we're starting Dalvin Cook then. No, you're not worried about him getting re-injured and then getting pulled off the field?
Nah, not too much. I mean, if you look at his past, I mean, he's played through shoulder injuries like this several times before in his career. So I mean, I'm chalking it up to just another shoulder injury he's gonna play through. Those don't really keep him out.
I gotcha. Okay, and then on the other side, Alvin Kamara, man, he had a rough week 1. He got hurt, and then he didn't play week 2. He came back week 3. Got, I think, about 7 points, full PPR, and then his touchdown got vultured by motherfucking
Ingram.
Yeah, I said I was gonna stop cursing so much. And then
this is a fantasy football podcast.
So they still play they still play Mark Ingram. Like they still give that. He's like 38 years old, and they still give
He's
Mark
still out
Ingram
there
play
scoring
over there.
touchdowns.
But
So I mean,
Alvin Kamara could have made that. It's not like he
no, I
powered his
know,
way
I
through
know.
that. That was an easy
It
walk-in
was. He walked
touchdown,
through,
bro.
bro. I'm still
I was
firing up
like,
Kamara though, especially this week without
yeah,
Jameis
for sure.
Winston and Michael Thomas. Yeah, I'm Andy Dalton back there.
I
He
think
gets
this
to do a
is.
lot of dink and dunks.
I think this is a Kamara week. I think it's gonna pay off this week. Not only because I need him to, but because I actually believe it. I think he's gonna be top. Man, I'd even say he's probably about top 6
Yeah,
running back.
he's for
Maybe
sure.
top 5.
He for sure finished
I
top
think
10.
he's gonna get a lot of catches, bro. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he had 8 to 10 catches in this, or 8 to 10 receptions and double digit targets. I think they need to. They need to let him loose. They have no Michael Thomas. They got Chris Olave and then Alvin Kamara, and I think that's what they're gonna roll with. And then I don't think they're afraid of Kirk Cousins, to be honest with you.
Nah,
So.
I don't think they are.
But
Especially if they get up a couple scores, it's just gonna be run.
Justin Jefferson, bro, is this his get right game? He's going against a pretty solid Saints defense. They play hard against Brady and the Bucks, and then you also got Marshawn Lattimore. He had that crazy 40-point week 1, and then he's been
10 and 4, bro.
Straight up MIA.
10 and 4. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still seeing the targets. I mean, week 2, 12 targets. Week 3 was a little on the sad side of 6, but I mean, that offense looked god awful. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a get right game for him, but I mean, he just carries that upside of he could pop off. I mean, he's at
yeah, he could take one to the house at any point.
Yeah,
too, but
it's going to be a tough game.
Over under 15 points, full PPR points.
I might have to go over.
He's got to get hyper targeted, bro.
He's got to go over because I mean, he's got to go over. I think he goes over 15 this game.
You're playing Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
What about Adam Thielen? You playing him in this game? He had a good week 3, but week 1 and 2 he was almost like droppable. KJ Osborne had a good game.
KJ Osborne, I liked him at the start of the season. There's better if you have better options on your roster than Adam Thielen, 100% strike him out. Like, I mean, if you have
he had 6 and 9, and then he had 18 last week, but that was with a touchdown.
I don't know. He's going to be a boom and bust flex play but the Saints have a good secondary defense. So the only wide receiver I feel confident starting on that roster is Justin Jefferson.
So you're not okay.
Everybody else, I'm probably just start leaving on my bench.
You playing Chris Olave or Thielen?
Chris Olave. That boys look good. He's looking real good. The only thing that worries me is he's definitely their deep threat guy. Andy Dalton is not if I'm not mistaken, he's not really one to just chunk the ball deep. I could be wrong though.
Jarvis Landry, Traquan Smith, they get a boost with Michael Thomas out. Are you playing any of them?
I don't think so.
Not touching them?
I don't.
You'd rather go somewhere else?
Would.
You'd rather play like Josh Reynolds from the Detroit Lions or DJ Chark over Landry?
I think so, especially with the amount of targets that are going to be vacated with St. Brown not in the game. Yeah, I mean, there's a good 10 to 15 targets that are up in the air, up for grabs.
And you picking? I mean, I think Minnesota's defense gets a boost here. Like if you're streaming defenses and all the good ones are taken off the board, I think Minnesota. I mean, not Minnesota. Well, yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota's defense could be pretty good. I think the Saints' defense might be good too. So, I hope not.
I think the London game could have potential to be a pretty decent game, but I'm a little nervous
with
the players missing that it might be kind of boring, like low scoring.
I hope it's. Yeah, I know. It's still football at 8:30.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So it can't be that boring.
I eat my eggs and bacon watching football. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't know. Maybe the Red Rifle got one in him, and he could, start slinging it just one game.
He could.
And Red Rifle, and he got who's that dude over there, looking like Prince Harry over there?
Oh God.
Okay, what about either tight end, Herb Smith or I mean, I guess Taysom Hill's tight end eligible here.
He
so
is, and most
he could be a
Yahoos
sneaky
use
play.
QB and tight ends. Yeah, he could be.
I don't think they're gonna play him at QB like much, but I mean, it's got to be more than if Winston was in there, right? He's got to get at least some snaps in
Yeah,
there. You
I
would
mean
think.
he's I mean if you look at the way they used him in what was it week 2 I think it was or something.
One,
Was it week
that was
1?
week one.
You know, he
Hmm.
was let's QB
He was one
sneak
of the
it,
hottest waiver picks.
and he was
Yeah, and then
he was
it didn't
nothing.
work out.
No, it did not. So if you wasted fab money, that's on you, bro. Um, he's definitely going to see a lot of running plays. And probably in the goal line area. So I mean, he could have a touchdown for sure, with a handful of handoffs.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
if you can squeeze him in your
like
tight
you're
end
playing him
spot,
over.
maybe if you just have nobody. But there's
Uh,
a lot of tight ends out there you can stream that are gonna
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
get you 9 to
tight
10,
ends.
11 points.
Besides the top two tight ends, Kelsey and Andrews. Everybody, we have a pretty deep playable tight ends this year. Like
Yeah.
you would put in Conklin, you can put in Tanya, and there's still people on the wire that probably might have a little bit more appeal.
I will say,
Let's move on to. Go ahead.
no, we'll get to him. I see his one of his games is coming up. I was looking at the Jets in Pittsburgh.
All right.
So.
You probably got to pick it up a little bit. Spent too much time on that.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right, Seattle and Detroit, baby. We got Geno. We got Geno and Goff. Interested, not playing those guys, right?
Nah, not unless you're in a super flex.
Not
But
12.
that's about it.
Yeah, okay. 12-team leagues. You're not touching those guys.
Nah.
We got Rashad Penny, who has not been looking. He looked good in that first week. He ran well, but as far as fantasy wise, he didn't produce. And then Jamal Williams on the other side. Penny, this could be a sneaky good game for him. He's playing against Detroit. I don't know. If he doesn't go off this game, he may be droppable.
Probably.
To be honest with you.
Especially with Kenny Walker being there at this point.
Yeah.
He's healthy. They seem to really want to use him. So.
Yeah, we'll watch the snaps and just see how they perform. So that's a game I'll record and watch. Then Jamal Williams.
Oh, he's a must start.
Expecting this to be a smash game.
Yeah,
right?
he's a must start. He's a potential top 5
RB1,
top 5 finish easy this week if potential.
Yeah, he should be. That's what they say.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see how. So he'll take the between the 20s role like Swift. Mm-hmm. But he's not as explosive, and then Craig Reynolds is going to be taking those goal line touches. Watch.
That could be it.
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but why? I wouldn't be surprised if something like that.
He definitely could be. I mean, Craig Reynolds could offer some type of flex value if he takes takes over that Jamal Williams.
You're hurting.
Yeah, if he takes that Jamal Williams second down role.
Something to watch out for at least next week because Swift isn't. He's not supposed to come back till after the bye week, which is week 6.
Yeah, so you at least got 2 weeks.
So they want him fully healthy. Yeah. And then that what'd you think about that Christian trade, bro? He traded Jamal Williams and D-Hop for Debo Samuel and Rashad Penny.
I mean,
did you not see that go through?
I might have. I think I did.
That was a couple days ago.
Did y'all do that It went through a couple days ago? Let me see.
That was.
Oh yeah,
that was Christian.
Okay. Honestly,
Christian and Ford.
Crenshaw. I think Crenshaw wins that trade. Honestly, just because of Debo in itself. Jamal Williams. Yeah, I mean he's going to be a stud these next probably week or two, and he does offer pretty good flex appeal with DeAndre Swift. I don't think D-Hop is going to come back and do much damage. So I feel like he pretty much got a steal. I mean, and Rashad Penny, he's a good bye week plug-in if anything. So I mean, I think he definitely got the upper hand on that.
I think you're holding out for D-Hop. I think D-Hop's ceiling is going to be mid wide receiver too. And I just don't. He's older. He's not as quick as he used to be. He doesn't. Obviously, he's less athletic, and then I mean, he has to get those targets. Unless he gets a minimum double-digit targets a game, I don't see him being too fantasy relevant.
How
He
conditioned
was
is
taking
he?
PEDs last year. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
Yeah,
big concern with D-Hop, man. If anything,
yeah.
he's
So if
more of
you're
a
holding on
decoy.
to him, but where do you think he'd been? He would have been sidebar. Where do you think he would have been drafted if he wasn't suspended the first 6 games?
Oh, probably like fourth round.
I'd say probably third or fourth round.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think somewhere in there, just because of the pedigree he does carry.
I wonder if I trade. You think I could trade DJ Moore for D Hop right now?
I don't think anybody wants DJ Moore,
Ford wouldn't
bro.
do it.
No offense to
He's
DJ
so
Moore,
he's
bro, but
DJ Moore is
he is
25
so
years
fucking
old.
good though, and he's got a trash
He's
quarterback.
produced with less quarterbacks. Like he's produced with old Jameis Winston, past his prime Jameis Winston. With Sam Darnold. I don't know who any other
Cam
backup that's
Newton.
been back there. Yeah, past. Didn't I say Cam Newton? Who did I say?
You said Jameis Winston. I don't think you ever
Oh,
played
my
with Jameis Winston.
my fault. I didn't mean to disrespect Cam like that. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
better than Jameis Winston.
boy, that's disrespectful.
That's racist as fuck. It's just the other black guy. I did not mean it like that. I don't know why I was thinking
That's
Jameis
funny,
Winston,
bro.
but Cam Newton. Yeah, bro, something's got to change. They got to change that coach, that offensive coordinator, or that QB. Like they cannot keep
Matt Rule's
that
on the
offense
hot seat for
is
sure. He's on the hot seat.
it's hard to look at, bro.
Yeah, no.
That shit's hard to. But what if they fire Matt Rule and then they bring in fucking and then they just
Sean Payton.
the Ben McAdoo. No, I was gonna say Ben McAdoo becomes the interim head coach. Like
That's probably even worse.
they gotta fire both of them, bro.
Yeah, no, they got to get rid of both.
That's bad. But all right, let's keep it moving. I don't know why obviously I'm on Ross St. Brown's back. Would you rather start Josh Reynolds or DJ Chark?
I like Josh Reynolds, honestly. I like his.
Two bad defenses, like two shitty quarterbacks. This game's gonna be kind of weird. Like it could go.
I will
either
say though,
way.
I would almost be willing to start Metcalf and Lockett over any of the Lions receivers, more or less, just because Gino has been targeting the heck out of him, especially last game. Him and
100%.
yeah, those two could have pretty good games this week.
But I mean, I don't know. That's true. But with the Detroit being kind of weak and especially on the ground, they might try to run the ball more. I mean, last week when they played Denver,
Yeah,
like they had to throw the ball. Like they couldn't. You're not going to run against that team. But yeah, I would definitely put Metcalf and Lock in front of. But I think Josh Reynolds. I think one. If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Josh Reynolds. But I wouldn't be surprised if DJ Chark emerges and has a solid outing.
yeah.
If you're in a tight pinch, you know what I'm saying, you had Amon-Ra St. Brown and maybe Michael Thomas. You have those two, and now you're trying to stream a wide receiver. I think you could do worse than them two guys. Will Disley and TJ Hawkinson. You excited about playing them?
Maybe Hawkinson. Maybe that's about it. I'm not a big fan.
I don't like.
I'm not a big fan of tight
I mean,
ends on Seattle.
Yeah, but if Amon-Ra is out, you would think Hawkinson would be the next in line to get those. I mean, Amon-Ra and
Swift
and DeAndre Swift are out, so you would assume that Hawkinson gets the bulk of those targets.
But when they've been when Hawkinson's had his times before when he's like the only legitimate weapon on that team, and he's not performed like he should.
He just may not be that guy.
Yeah.
Like Hawkinson's just not a good player. Like he's just not a.
He had a lot of hype.
He's not
going to
be that tight end.
He didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah. OJ Howard type. Kyle Pitts type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just play.
Kyle Pitts good, boy. Get the fuck out of here.
He will be.
Yeah.
But it's a year too early, bro. I think
Get him a good quarterback.
Yeah. I tried to Christian, but he don't listen. All right, let's move on to the next one. What about either of those defenses? They could be both good or they could both be trash. I think
I'd still clear of both.
I'd lean toward the offenses.
Yeah. I wouldn't be starting Seattle or Detroit's defense this week.
If you had to pick one, though?
Seattle's.
All right.
I don't know. That's a toss
Try not
up.
to play those guys.
Just don't play them. Like, just don't play your
All right, the
defense.
Jets. We got the Jets versus the Steelers. Zach Wilson's debut versus Mitch Trubisky. 12-team leagues. Don't touch those guys.
No.
Michael Carter and Brees Hall. Brees Hall has been coming into his own here. I think the changing of the guard is kind of happening in front of our eyes, and I think if you can get Brees Hall right now, I would. If you can, I think Brees Hall's about to start being really, really good.
I almost say sit him this week though. Reason being is just because Pittsburgh ranks top 10 in tackling and run defense. So like they don't have TJ Watt, but
I saw that Thursday night game, man.
I don't know.
I
know, but
I saw them against the Browns. They did not look too good.
Could be a get right week for. This is a good get right week for that Pittsburgh defense, man. I'd be a little.
I saw Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt just pound that Pittsburgh defense.
Nick Chubb been good this year. Nick Chubb been eating everybody.
Nick Chubb's been playing out of his mind right now. Yeah.
I had a chance to trade for him and just give up CD for straight up Nick Chubb, and I did not do the trade. I wish I would have.
I mean, it's not going to.
Nick Chubb
has four. He has like 4 touchdowns or something like that right now.
Yeah,
like that's
crazy.
He's playing great, but he's not going to keep up that TD production. And then you got Najee on the other side.
He's an obvious.
Would you rather play Najee or Carter and Hall?
I'd rather play Najee. Najee is just a must start against the Jets defense.
Against the Jets, he should eat. Yeah, he should have like a 25-point game.
I will say
I wouldn't be surprised.
I've been pretty disappointed in Najee though. I thought he would have bigger games than he's had, but it's still early in the season. I think once that offense gets going a little bit better, he should be up there.
Hold on, wide receiver. Golly, gotta click through a whole bunch of shit while I'm looking for this. I played Cincy, New England, and Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he just put up 10, 13, and 13. But, I mean, this week against the Jets, he's a must start. Just set him and forget him, bro.
Why the fudge did he put? Okay. Anyways, let's get to the receivers. You playing Deontay Johnson, right?
Oh yeah,
100%. What about George Pickens, Claypool?
I think I'm waiting for a quarterback change before I plug them into any starting roles.
Yeah. So Deontay Johnson's the only startable guy right now.
Yeah.
And as far as the receivers go, and then on the other side, you got something interesting because you have Elijah Moore.
Mm-hmm.
You have Corey Davis, and then you also have the rookie Wilson.
Yeah.
So you have 3 pretty good receivers. Corey Davis was brought in 2 years ago or a year ago to be the number 1 over there. And they started adding more receivers. I think Zach Wilson is the.
He is the quarterback.
Yeah.
That scares me.
So what about how are you feeling about that? About those? Are you playing any of those receivers?
Nah, I'm benching all of them until I see what exactly this offense is going to look like.
Benching Garrett Wilson.
I'm benching Garrett Wilson, and I had him plugged in my lineup too until they were like, Zach Wilson's going to start. And whoop, to my bench he went.
Oh, they have to.
Yeah,
they got to find out if he's a future or not.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the tight ends, Conklin and Freiermuth?
I'd throw a chance on Freiermuth. Conklin, yeah, he's been pretty on fire, but that's been with Joe Flacco and that high passing volume.
Mm-hmm.
I sit Conklin this week. I think everybody that went out and picked him up over the waiver wires, it might bite them in the behind a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't feel safe starting any Jets player this week, honestly.
I mean, I wouldn't mind giving Conklin one more shot and then just seeing how it goes, but. I guess if like Gerald Everett was there, or if you had Logan Thomas or Robert Tonyan, I'd probably feel a little bit more comfortable starting them over Conklin because But if Wilson comes out and throws 50 times again, like there's gonna be multiple receivers slash tight end, multiple pass catch. Okay, let me rephrase that. Multiple offensive weapons that are gonna be usable or are gonna have some type of what's the word I'm looking for? Some type of value in this
Fantasy
Jets
relevance.
offense, just because. Yeah, they're gonna be fantasy relevant just because of the opportunities that they're gonna have. Similar to that Washington offense, bro. Like there's a point where the running backs and 3 receivers, because you just threw the ball so much. Okay, and then the Jets and the Pittsburgh. Are you playing? You're playing Pittsburgh.
I'm
defense,
playing.
I think,
Yeah,
right?
I'm playing Pittsburgh's defense. Man.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Then I'll rank my kickers at the end of the show. Then Chicago and the Giants. More quarterbacks we're not playing. We got Justin Fields and Daniel Jones. Justin Fields. This is Justin Fields' prove it game. Like he needs to do something. They gotta let that dude throw more than 10 times a game.
Yeah.
Like let him out there. Let him use.
Sit there and throws 10, 17 times a game.
Right. If you're gonna run it, 70% of the time, like let go of the reins a little bit. Let him loose. Let him use his legs and just let him see what you got, man. What's the word? What you gonna lose the game? Okay, so wait. Actually, they're 2-1.
Are they?
Yeah, they're 2-1, bro.
Oh damn. Okay then. They might stick with what they've been doing.
I guess it's working.
So, I mean, this is a smash game for Khalil Herbert. That's the only Bears.
I'm gonna look up the records real quick.
Oh yeah. The only Bears player, in my opinion, I'm playing is Khalil Herbert. Obviously, because the passing game is just not there for the Bears. Saquon's an automatic start against the Bears defense. Richie James. Honestly, I might throw him out there just because Wandale and Tony are out. You got Galladay, who's been just a ghost out there on the field. So
I'm predicting double-digit targets for Richie James.
I think so too. I mean, he was already getting targeted pretty good in the last game they played. So if I'm not mistaken, he was targeted a few times. So I mean, he's pretty much the only
Daniel Jones
pass catcher. They don't have
Daniel Jones likes
Shepard.
him. They still have
Darius Slate.
Yeah, Kenny Galladay over there.
Yeah, but
he got paid. He got that boy got the bag.
He got the bag.
Just
and
give
it
up
was
on him.
hell, I'm gonna sit on the bench damn the games. I got the money. I don't need to play.
They are 2-1. Damn.
That's wild because they look horrible. Who they played? They played the 49ers in that monsoon week 1. So that game, I feel like that game just shouldn't count. I mean, that was a horrible game.
And they beat the Browns.
Damn, they did.
Oh wait, no, that's preseason. I'm tripping.
Oh,
what the hell am I looking at? Oh, why would this is an NFL website? Why do they have their game set up like this? So they beat the Niners.
Yeah, they lost.
And they beat the Texans.
Yeah, and they lost it. Yeah, I mean, Texans aren't anybody to brag about beating.
They still beat the Niners.
Yeah.
But that was also with Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2-1.
Yeah. Play any of these defenses, and if so, which one?
I'm not touching them. I don't think.
I might play the Giants defense if I have to.
See, I was gonna go the opposite way and say maybe play Chicago's.
Really?
Yeah. Nah, you know what? No. Saquon's gonna eat and he'll just run all over him and catch all over.
So you're playing Saquon, you're playing Herbert, you're playing. I'll definitely play Richie James as a flex spot if you have to. And then that's about it, bro. Everybody else is almost unplayable. Yeah. Maybe stash Wandale or Kadarius Toney with whatchamacallit with Sterling Shepard out.
Yeah, stash him on your bench.
Yep. If you can. So Tennessee and Indy coming up next. Obviously, King Henry was King Henry-esque in his last game.
Yeah, he looked good.
We have two more quarterbacks that are unplayable. Is anybody playable now? Tannehill and Matt Ryan. You're not playing them in 12-team leagues, right?
No, you're not. There's no way.
Okay. What about these two running backs? Are you playing these running backs, Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you're
Must
playing them
starts.
both. They're first round picks. Yeah, they're playing.
All right. So you also have Michael Pittman. You're playing Michael Pittman.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then you have Robert Woods and Traylon Burks on the other side. What do you think about those two guys? Those are going to be the lineup decisions.
I'm leaning towards Treylon Burks. I think I think he's got a higher upside than Robert Woods. Essentially, if I'm not mistaken, I think the coaching staff even came out this past week and was like, "We want to try to get Burks more involved." Essentially, so I mean, again, that was just them speculating on what they want to happen. Doesn't mean it will happen, but
yeah,
I like Burks.
I'm gonna call this and say this is Traylon Burks' breakout game right here. If you don't get him now, you ain't gonna get him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Traylon Burks is gonna be great. No, I'm not gonna say great. I think it's gonna be his breakout game. And then let's see who else we got.
Which I think you got lucky. Didn't you snag him off the waiver wire like last week or something? Somebody
I outbid you. Christian dropped him.
Did he? See, I questioned.
I don't know who he dropped him for.
I was like, why? It's still early. It's only week 3. Like, let him get more acclimated to that offense. I think he'll be good. Like
I don't know.
Can't
I
see
got
him.
Yeah. I'm glad I got him though. I didn't know how much he was gonna go for.
I don't even remember how much I bid on him. I don't think I bid very much.
You bid a little bit over 100. I bid 176.
Okay.
And that's about it. You're not gonna play Alex Pierce or Campbell.
Mm-mm.
Any of the tight ends.
Nobody else on that team was. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then we have the Chargers versus the Texans. I think this one's gonna be interesting. This low key might be the a high scoring game.
I don't think so.
So we got Herbert and Mills.
Obviously, you're starting Herbert.
You're starting Herbert. Eckler's been a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
But you're starting Eckler, obviously. He's still getting all the receiving work. He's just not getting the end zone touches.
Nah, which is what they've always been trying to do. So that's
something that it is concerning, but it's not surprising. No. You know what I mean? And then just out of curiosity, we got Josh Kelly and Sony Michel. Who do you think's the backup there? Who do you think's the handcuff? Who, if Eckler were to go down, who are you bidding on? Who are you prioritizing?
I feel like they've used Kelly a lot more, but I think I would want to prioritize Sony Michel. Just because
if Kelly fumbles once, that's because he's a vet.
Yeah, I think I'd lean Sony Michel.
Because even after camp, they signed Sony Michel late, so obviously he's not gonna be playing as much as the other running backs. And if they were comfortable with those other running backs that they have on their roster, they wouldn't have signed Michel. So that kind of tells you something.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks has been underwhelming as well. I think this could be a get right game for him because the reason I'm saying that this could possibly be a high scoring affair, is because the Chargers defense is completely depleted here. A lot.
Yeah. They lost Joey Bosa.
I don't think they're missing a lot of people. So I think this could be a get right game for Cooks. Obviously I think Dameon Pierce, as a running back 2/3 right now, he's startable. He could have another smash game. If he has a game like he did last week, forget about it.
I say start Burkhead. I think they're gonna be playing behind a lot, and Burkhead's been, if I'm not mistaken, Burkhead's been the passing down back more than Pierce, if I'm not mistaken. So I would almost lean maybe starting Burkhead. over Damian Pierce.
I just know that Pierce been getting them touches though, bro.
He has, but I'm also having a lot of faith. Honestly, I know you said their defense is depleted, but I'm actually streaming the Chargers defense this week, so I got my fingers crossed. Like, Derwin James comes out and fucking just starts popping people left and right or something. I don't know. I think Rex Burkhead could have a good game, especially if they're going to be playing from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Okay, so obviously Keenan's out. I'm still looking for something. What about Mike Williams? How you feeling about him this game? He got hyper targeted in that first half of that Chiefs game. Everybody
Yeah.
was saying, "Ha, told you so." And then besides that first half of the Chiefs game, he's been MIA.
Yeah, I think
With Keenan Allen out, Josh Palmer has actually been, as far as fantasy wise, he's been a little bit more relevant than Mike Williams. How you feeling about him?
I'd say you still plug in Mike Williams, just with the fact that Keenan Allen's out.
Yeah,
I feel
you're
like
definitely playing Mike Williams.
I
I'm
feel
saying, how
like
comfortable are you with him though?
I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I think just because Houston's defense isn't that great, so I mean he should be able to. Good players are supposed to do awesome things against poor defenses, so I feel like they're gonna kind of keep him more involved than they have been. They paid him a lot of money, so you're not gonna pay a guy a lot of money and not only throw 6 times to him in a game. So I definitely feel comfortable plugging in and running with Mike Williams this week.
Okay. And then you have Gerald Everett, Josh Palmer on the Charger side. Are you comfortable playing them for sure, right?
Maybe Josh Palmer. I'm not a big Everett fan. I haven't been too impressed with him this season or in the season past.
I mean, as far as tight ends goes, like,
I mean, he's definitely a streamer
would you
for
rather
this
play?
week, but I'd play him over Hawkinson.
Okay.
And
Okay. What about Conklin?
I'd play him over Conklin.
Logan Thomas against the Cowboys.
Maybe.
Tyler Higbee.
I'm gonna go with Tyler Higbee.
I think Everett's been. I think he's kind of had that Keenan Allen role. To be honest with you, I think he's been getting a lot of targets, and Justin Herbert's been looking at him in that intermediate routes, the word that Keenan usually receives.
Yeah, I mean, last week he put up.
I think as long as Keenan's out, Everett's
25
going to
yards without Keenan. He was targeted 6 times, but I mean,
right.
I don't know.
If you get 6 targets on a tight end, like at this point, if you don't have one of the top tier ones, like that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not terrible, I guess.
Let's see, and on the other side, you're not playing anybody else.
Not really. Nah. I mean, Brandon Cooks, obviously, that's probably about it.
Yeah, we went over Pierce, Cooks, and so you play Rex Burkhead over Damian Pierce?
I think so. Yeah, just because I think, like I said, I think Houston's gonna be playing from behind, and I think Burkhead is their passing down guy. So I think they lean with him.
Which one bet that Pierce puts up more points than Rex Burkhead? Full PPR settings, and Dfdubb scrubs full PPR settings. It doesn't have to be money.
I make a bet. Yeah, I place a bet in that.
Okay.
I think Burkhead outscores in points this week on Pierce.
All right, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
So
it's just that gut feeling, bro.
Fuck, I forgot this
feeling.
is touchdown. Yeah, touchscreen. So the Texans played the Colts to a 20-20 tie, week 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
They lost to the Broncos 16-9.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost to the Bears by 3 points. They've had 1-score game losses, a touchdown or less, or a tie. I think they're a little bit better than people give them credit for. And They held the Broncos to 16 points. They should have ran and threw all over them.
Yeah,
We'll
but
see how it goes.
the Broncos offense isn't the Justin Herbert led Chargers offense. So I think they're just going to be
That's
they're going to be
true.
playing from behind all game. Even if it's high scoring, they're not going to be running the ball. Unless they want the score to just get way out of hand.
But don't you want to run the ball so that on a depleted defense so that Justin Herbert doesn't get to throw?
They're going to be playing from behind though. I mean, I bet you
How you going to say they're just right behind?
Bro, they're going to be I bet you within the first two drives, Chargers are up 14-0 like in the first quarter. Like I'm just
How
saying,
much?
bro. Like
How much you
Chargers
want to
are gonna
bet?
come out and wreck shit, man.
They're you play. Justin Herbert has no ribs, no Keenan Allen. I mean, Justin Herbert is a beast. I wouldn't mind playing if I had to play Palmer. I wouldn't mind playing him. Brissett and Mariota. All right, so that's the next game. Cleveland and Atlanta. You're not playing either one of those guys, right? If you had to?
Probably not. I mean, no.
But if you had to,
Brissett.
which one?
Jacoby's looked good this year.
You're playing Patterson, who's been playing out of his mind, still running like he was the
on
first
the
10 weeks.
Injury repaired this week though.
On the repair?
On the repair, he was on it.
Yeah. Then you got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt on the other side. You're playing those guys.
You're playing
Amari Cooper.
You're playing Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Drake London.
Oh yeah, that boy's look good, and for a rookie, man, like he's look real good.
And here comes the tight ends. A little bit interesting. So Njoku had a breakout game last week. That's how I thought they were gonna use him, like throughout the year, because literally it's Amari Cooper, the run game, and no one else. So I was like, who's gonna be that second? They re-signed him. They gave him that contract. I was like, they're gonna use Njoku. And he's going to be a late round steal, or he's going to be that undrafted, that tight end that, you know, if you wanted to wait, that's somebody who I took him in a lot of leagues where I didn't draft a tight end early, either off the wire or, you know, one of the super later rounds. But he was a complete bust the first 2 weeks. You drop him, he has a badass game, and now he's getting he got scooped up for a good amount of fab. And then on the other side, you have Kyle Pitts, who had according to Christian, had a breakout game last week with 13 points.
I don't know if I consider that breakout.
That's what I was saying. Oh, no. He said it's the warm up to the breakout.
Okay.
I was like, well, yeah. So DJ Moore had a warm up to the breakout.
Yeah, every player last week that didn't had a warm up to the breakout.
Apparently. So how comfortable are you playing Kyle Pitts?
I see you still got
people drafted him in the third or fourth round. You're plugging him in. At what point do you not play him?
Yeah, man.
Because last year,
if there's somebody
last year
that's been more productive
he wasn't that good
on the waiver wire.
He wasn't good last year, and people have started him every game because it was Kyle Pitts, right? He was the most highly anticipated best tight end to ever come out, highest pick tight end. I think it was a pick number 4, if I'm not mistaken.
He was up there.
And then you have Njoku. Who do you think is gonna have a better game here? Njoku against Atlanta or Pitts versus Cleveland?
I think if anybody
I'm ready to make my claim here.
If anybody could, I think Pitts. And the reason why I say Pitts is because I read earlier this year, actually might have been last week. Again, this is just hearsay from coaching staff, but the coaching staff has more using Njoku as a game by game basis. Whether if it's one of those games where they prefer him to just be the blocker, then that's what he's going to play. That's going to be his role. If they think it's a game where he can get out there and be productive in a receiving role, that's going to be his role. So I feel like it's going to come down to what type of defense you're playing. Cleveland's front line, They do have Myles Garrett and Devontae Clowney. Granted, Myles Garrett probably won't play
They're
this
both
week.
missing.
They're both missing. So I say Pitts, but with the way, why did I even say that? Because Njoku's on the clear. I go Njoku. Atlanta's defense is trash. Go Njoku.
I was about to say, I think a joke. I'm not gonna say he's gonna have a great game, but I think Njoku outscores Pitts in this matchup.
My head was somewhere else with that. I started trailing off in the wrong direction. Like, fuck.
All right, and then let's say Pitts has let's say an 8-point full PPR game. You started him next week.
I'm scanning the waiver wire for tight ends at that point.
I'm scanning for a backup tight end, and then I'm trying to see if I can sell him to anybody.
I mean, you're gonna be selling him low. Honestly, in my opinion, you're hoping for a boom game and then ship him off.
Try to get rid of him. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If he has a boom game, those people are gonna hang on to him.
They are. They're gonna be like, oh, and
then they'll wait another 2-3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they'll have another three low scoring games. Not that I think Pitts is gonna be phenomenal. He's still 21 years old. I just think he's too young, and tight end is a very hard position to play. And then especially in that offense with that quarterback, it's not time yet now.
Scrubs coming up. Dfdubb Scrubs get the dubs. Dfdubb Scrubs is the plug. Dfdubb Scrubs showing love.